Sorry about that, guys. Thanks for tuning in to the second half of the Gemini reading. If you're guided to this one first, make sure to check the link in the description box to watch the first part of this reading. But as I was saying, I think that you have a very clear vision of exactly what it is that you want. And quite frankly, I don't think that this person fits that mold. But I'm going to get some additional clarifications. Clarify this to us. What? All right. The Empress. The Empress is exactly that. It's feminine energy of. It's an embodiment of power, of assurance, of nurturing, of divine power, of knowing your power and your worth. And I think that you are coming to your senses now, and you're recognizing that this person has not given you that. And you know that you deserve an emperor. And I think that for some, that there could be some children involved in this, and this is probably why it could be complicated. And your decision to maybe end a marriage or to leave this person would require breaking a home. And that's something that you're quite not sure if you can handle, or you can live with, right? Not everyone, a lot of people are willing to work on a marriage or on a broken relationship for their children, but if there aren't children involved, or if there isn't anything like that that's binding you to them, I think you need to recognize exactly how much your love is worth, and how much of your peace you're willing to sacrifice for another person, right? I'm going to get some clarifications for the Tower. Clarify this Tower for Gemini's action. What is Tower? Clarify this Tower. The Tower, yeah. The Tower will come. An ending. It's closing a cycle. Clarify this Three of Swords. Queen of Wands. You could be dealing with a Leo. Three of Pentacles. All right. If this is for some, not all, but if the person that you're dealing with did have an affair, they could have had an affair with someone, and you just straight up packed your bags, and that's exactly what I think I said. I don't know if it was this reading or someone else's reading, but you just packed your bags and you said, no, I'm done. I'm getting a lot of lust, like phallic symbols, the Ace of Wands and the Temperance too. I'm gonna get one more clarification. Clarify the Six of Swords for the mutual energy. Clarify this. The Page of Wands, a Messenger, the Ace of Pentacles, the Ace of Cups. Okay, for some, the Temperance, the Page of Wands, this is, the Page of Wands is the messenger card. Again, this is another child. There could be a child. Sorry, that was the sound of my leather chair, in case you thought it was something else. The Page of Wands is like the messenger, right? It's curiosity. It's not the Page of Swords where you're like kind of stalking, but it's information nonetheless. There's something within this connection, or within you or the other person, that's triggering you to make some discoveries and indulge into the next advancement in life. And maybe this person was just not there. They're just not there. They could have dealt with a loss. They could have dealt with some like financial loss, or like a family loss, and or they recently broke up with a fire sign. But you're ready for like this next step, right? The Four of Wands is like the blockages and the intuition. So there's some, with the King of Swords in the middle, I feel like there's some lack of communication and clarity regarding what it is that you both want out of this relationship. Because maybe you're like, oh, okay, well, I want long-term commitment, I want this, I want that, and this person is like, well, I just kind of want something casual, I just went through something traumatic, and I'm just not ready to commit. And I think that is causing you anxiety and is causing them pain, because they don't know if they can take your love right now because of all of the things that they're currently having to experience in their subconscious mind, right? Because look at the darkness, look at the symbolisms of, there's a lot of black here. The Page of Wands is also flighting romance. It's like, it's fleeting. It's not substantial. And I feel like there's a message to some that it would benefit you or both of you to seek some counsel. I think this person needs to see a therapist. I don't know why I need to say that, but I think that they do. And I think that you need to go and possibly explore new things, new territories, and reinvigorate yourself with something that like brings you a sense of fulfillment, and whether that's traveling or moving somewhere or taking an opportunity, a new job or something like that. Maybe pursuing some new creative endeavors, maybe, because that's the Empress for me too, is like someone who's like trying out new things and new hobbies. But I get this person's just very stagnant, very stale. I'm getting really heavy energy. Like they're anchored to either their past, or they're anchored to some guilt, or they're anchored to something that has happened to them, right? That's their action. Their action is they're going to bring the Tower to you, right? They're going to close out a cycle. They're going to close out this relationship, or they bring this to an end. But maybe that's possibly what happened with you, is that they communicated that this is over, and it kind of just spurred you to like catapult yourself back into alignment with who you are, and just say like, hey, you know what? I'm worth much more than this. Some of you might be getting a promotion too, or you're taking some risk, and maybe this risk is for you. It requires you to move, and this person's just not willing to do that. But I'm gonna actually do an additional spread for this. I used to do this in my previous readings, because I think that there's more messages here now that I have the energy tapped into for the Geminis. Please give me some additional clarifications for Gemini. What other messages can you tell me about this spread? Look at that, the Devil and the Chariot. Something that the person you're dealing with is quite toxic. They're heavy. They're going through something. They could be addicted to substances, but I don't think that you want that. Or I don't think maybe you knew that this person was as unhealthy as they are, and they kind of revealed that recently. And that was the news, is that this person they could have went down the rabbit hole, went down the wrong path because of something traumatic that happened to them. And it kind of made you have to reconsider your options. Sorry, I'm just channeling right now. Give me some additional messages to close out for Gemini's. Love, September 2020, please. What final messages can you tell me for Gemini? Love in September. Additional messages, final messages and advice for Geminis. Final messages and advice. Final messages and advice for Geminis. What final messages can you tell me, please, for Geminis? Four of Pentacles. Final messages and advice. Six of Cups. Final messages. Five of Wands. One more, please. Final messages for Six of Wands. Look at that. 4, 5, 6. It's a progression. What's at the bottom? The Emperor. Oh, wow. You can't even make this shit up. The Empress, the Intuition, the Hangman. Look at that. Wow. Okay. This is literally 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Look at that. I think the message is here, right? Which is exactly what maybe for some of you, something significant is going to happen in December. Maybe this person is a Sagittarius, Pisces. Happy Pisces I'm getting here, but anyways, I digress. Look at the fluidity here. It goes from 2 to 3 to 4 to 5 to 6, and 2 6s. Like I was saying in the reading, it's like you have to you need to reserve yourself, I think, and hold off of giving so much to other people, because I think that the people or the situations that you keep investing your time and energy and love to is only bringing about conflict in your life. There's no resolution to something. And maybe this person that you're dealing with, there really is no resolution here. Or it requires them to actually have to battle their own demons. And it's not your responsibility to handle that. And I think that you will be victorious, with the soulmate that you're trying to manifest in your life right now, right? And I think that maybe this person is someone, it's a family member, or it's someone from your past. I could get that, 6 of Cups, someone that you've known for a really long time, maybe 6 years, 6 months, but like the 6 of Cups is a time of healing after wounding, right? Like, maybe like if you and this person, you guys have had a really stressful relationship, and it requires you to put an end, stop fueling the fire, stop fueling the conflict, go within, trust your intuition, make a decision, act strategically, and remember the things that you know you want to be victorious. You know exactly the image of this romance, this fairy tale, this story. You know how you want it to be, and you will be that way, but you need to stop fueling the conflict. And whether that conflict is by investing in the people or investing in the conflict, maybe there's people in your family that are interfering here, or some friends, or there's competition. But what I'm really getting from this is that I think that you should let your past nourish your future, but do not let it anchor you. I get a sense that it's more like this. It's like, recognize, I think, there's something about the inner child here. I'm really drawn to this child. It's like, remember what you're worth, and fuel yourself so that you can bring about change in your life, and get rid of all this negative, toxic people that have swayed you from your vision of what you want out of life. Maybe this person has distracted you in your career and hasn't allowed you to actually like commit to some of the projects that you want to do, some of like launching a business or making money or being independent financially, and they've been draining you, and I think it's time for you to be more conservative about that. But the Empress is also like, it's about bringing harmony to your marriage. If this is something like that, if this is a marriage, this is a news too, that maybe for some of you, there's actually a child that you guys are pregnant. You could be expecting. And people are fighting you against this because maybe it was an unplanned pregnancy, or you guys weren't married, and so maybe this person's feeling pressured about that too, because that they don't know whether or not they're ready to marry you quite yet, because you maybe was someone who wasn't as committal. But I think that there's an emphasis for self-love to be a priority for you right now. Don't be too overprotective or codependent on other people. Give some of that energy to yourself. Because maybe you're going to be returning to school for some of you. Sorry about that. And I think that you need to be more patient about your love life, because it requires some work. If you guys are willing to commit to this person that you're dealing with, it's gonna require some work. You know, you might be swayed into other people's opinions and their drama, and it's distracting you from exactly what it is that you want, which is love, a family. I think you want to be successful in that. You want to achieve that. You want a family. And maybe other people are involved in your marriage or in your relationship, and that's not doing you any good. You know, there's like gossip, hidden agendas. There's some information that you received, and I think that's where that crow came in. But you know, I think that the final message, like, you must trust in the wisdom of your heart for your change to come about and for you to be successful. So take the time to prepare and gather all of the facts and nurture yourself. Look at that, and move forward and away from conflict. And don't let the mental blockages sway you from an opportunity to find financial fulfillment and love. Look at that. Sometimes the cards really just do speak like that so beautifully, right? Look at the way that they laid out. Wow, this is a beautiful reading, Geminis. I really hope that these messages brought you some clarity, and I'm really curious to know if this is your situation. Make sure to like, share, subscribe, and comment. Thank you.